Liverpool is experiencing one of those rare cosmic alignments that make every supporter think there's no way this is happening again. With Roberto Firmino already immortalized in Anfield's memory and a creative void that has been difficult to fill since his departure, a new opportunity has emerged, one that feels almost handwritten by destiny. The club now has the chance to sign someone many specialists in Spain are already calling a new version of Firmino. And the most astonishing detail, this young talent could be signed for just 30 million euros, an almost symbolic fee when you consider the level of attention he has been generating. Firmino, with his improbable passes and unique way of turning chaos into art, left such a deep mark that even today many fans still compare every different number 9 who appears. And now, with Arne Slot leading the squad's renewal, the search for someone with that same essence finally seems ready to begin a new chapter. The name making Liverpool scouts restless is Selton Sanchez, an 18-year-old attacking midfielder who has been catching the eye across La Liga while playing for Athletic Bilbao. He is not just promising, he plays with a natural ease that makes it clear we're not talking about an ordinary youngster. His through balls, his spatial intelligence, and the way he sees plays before everyone else strongly resembles someone Reds fans know very well. And here comes the ingredient that turns this story into something almost cinematic. Sanchez is Roberto Firmino's cousin. The similarity is no coincidence. It's in the blood, in the style, in the boldness. Even at such a young age, Selton has already collected moments that would make any manager smile. He is the captain of Athletic's under-19 team, was decisive in the 4-1 victory over Borussia Dortmund in the UEFA Youth League, scoring 1 goal and providing 2 assists, and has already made his debut in both La Liga and the Champions League. Against Newcastle, he came on late but still left his mark with a no-look pass that went viral among Basque supporters. It was exactly the kind of play that would have made Klopp jump from his seat, and is now drawing the attention of Slot, who loves intelligent, dynamic and creative players operating between the lines. The coincidence goes beyond family ties. Just like Firmino, Sanchez started deeper on the pitch, playing as an attacking midfielder focused on vision and build-up play. But those following his development know he has all the ingredients to follow the same path as his cousin: grow physically, adapt to playing closer to goal, and eventually transform into an extremely complete forward, precisely what Liverpool valued most in Firmino for almost a decade. The idea of seeing him under the guidance of Arne Slot, who has already proven his ability to turn young talents into protagonists, is something that excites any supporter. Inside the club's structure, this story sparks even more interest for a very simple reason. Michael Edwards, who has returned to Liverpool with full force in football operations, always made it clear that Firmino was his favourite football son. He was, in fact, the main man behind the Brazilian's arrival in 2015. Now imagine the sparkle in Edwards' eyes upon realising that there is an emerging talent directly related to his former star, costing only 30 million euros and displaying an extremely similar style. It is practically as if destiny were nudging the club and saying, "Look at this. Are you really going to let him slip away?" Then comes the element that makes this opportunity even more irresistible. According to Spanish journalist Diego Cobo, Sanchez's release clause is just 30 million euros, around £26.5 million. In a market where any average prospect easily surpasses 50 million euros, this fee is almost a hidden gem, waiting for someone smart enough to grab it first. For a club like Liverpool, with resources, ambition, and a hunger for renewal, ignoring this scenario would be nothing short of a crime.
The truth is that Selton Sanchez brings together all the elements of a story that feels ready to become reality. Rare talent, on-field personality, composure in big matches, a family link to one of Liverpool's recent idols, and an accessible market value. On top of that, Arne Slot's philosophy favours players who operate between the lines, think quickly and make the team flow, and Sanchez fits that profile as if made to measure. If there is ever a perfect moment to act, it is now. Anfield has witnessed countless unforgettable chapters, but some stories seem to want to write themselves. All it takes is one right decision at the right moment. Sanchez has the energy, the style, and the magic that makes supporters dream. And if Liverpool truly wants to revive that special spark only Firmino possessed, they may be standing before the golden opportunity they've been waiting for. And judging by the way he plays, it's hard not to feel that he belongs exactly there, on Anfield's illuminated stage, carrying his family's legacy and writing a new red era.
If Liverpool fans were already excited about the possibility of seeing Selton Sanchez, the promising new Firmino, landing at Anfield for a bargain €30 million, brace yourselves. The new information now emerging sends that excitement to an entirely new level. Because while the club monitors a talent from Firmino's own family for the future, another gigantic move is being engineered behind the scenes. And this time, it's something so huge that it could blow apart every transfer record the Reds have ever set. Liverpool are preparing to move aggressively in the hunt for the successor to none other than Mohamed Salah, and the figure involved is so monumental it would leave any supporter breathless. The truth is that Salah, the eternal King of Egypt, reaches 2026 with a career as intense as it is brilliant. At 33 years old and under contract until 2027, the icon is entering a decisive phase. His 4 goals in 11 Premier League matches show that there is still fire in his boots, but he is no longer the unstoppable force he once was. On top of that, his body is now paying the natural price of so many battles. He will play the Africa Cup of Nations this winter, then face a long season with Liverpool, and later compete in an entire World Cup in the summer of 2026 in North America. That is far too much wear for someone who has carried such an absurd level of intensity for so many years. For this reason, with an Anfield, the discussion is no longer if, but when Salah will need to be replaced. The general expectation is that 2026 will be the turning point, with no pre-season, coming off 2 major tournaments, and with strong interest from the Saudi Pro League lingering over him. The scenario points to an inevitable change. And it is within this context that the name currently setting Europe on fire emerges: Mikel Olise, the 23-year-old Bayern Munich forward who has been tearing defences apart since arriving in Germany. Olise was already an impressive talent at Crystal Palace, but his explosion at Bayern has turned him into a world-class footballer. Fast, creative, lethal, and tactically brilliant, he has been collecting awards, delivering decisive performances, and becoming a regular presence for the French national team. In other words, he has everything needed to be the ideal successor to Salah. But there is one problem, and it carries real weight. Signed for £53 million in 2024, Olise is contracted until 2029, and there is no indication of any accessible release clause. Bayern knows exactly the kind of diamond they have in their hands, and for that reason, they are already working on a new deal with higher wages to secure him. The message is clear: want Olise? You'll have to pay a lot. And this is precisely where the most shocking part of the entire story comes in. A report from Fichajes indicates that Liverpool are preparing something enormous, truly enormous. According to information circulating in England, the club would be willing to smash their transfer record, surpassing the £125 million paid for Alexander Isak, and reach something close to €200 million, the equivalent of £176 million, to convince Bayern. Such a fee would turn Olise into one of the biggest transfers in the history of world football. And even so, Bayern are playing hardball. The German board have stated internally that they will only sell for an unnegotiable amount, a figure that fully reflects the impact of the player on the squad. For Bayern, letting the Frenchman go would require a sum capable of reshaping the entire team, especially with stars like Neuer, Kimmich and Harry Kane already entering the final phases of their careers.
It feels as though we are witnessing one of those moments that split eras. If Liverpool truly follow through with this audacious plan, 2026 could mark the arrival of the biggest signing in the club's history, bringing in a player with genuine potential to carry the torch left by Salah on the right wing. And, interestingly, all of this comes at the exact same moment the club is monitoring Firmino's cousin in Spain. If these two movements align, Slot may find himself receiving not only Salah's successor, but also the successor to that unique creative magic only Firmino possessed. The future is already being sketched, and the outlines are colossal.